This week, we mark the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz and International Holocaust Remembrance Day. And I want to share a story, one that took over 60 years to come full circle. Yisrael was just 7 years old when he was sent to Buchenwald. His father had already been murdered by the Nazis. His mother, in a final act of desperation, pushed him towards his older brother during selection, instinctively saving his life. But once inside, they were separated. A 7-year-old boy alone in Buchenwald didn't stand a chance. But then out of nowhere, someone stepped in. A Soviet soldier named Fyodor from Rostov, from here, noticed him. He started sneaking Yisrael extra food. He stole potatoes, made him a soup. He sewed him a pair of earmuffs so his ears wouldn't freeze in the cold winter nights. And every morning before the guards came around, he did Yisrael's assigned labor for the day so the child wouldn't be punished. He didn't have to do any of this, but he did. And in doing so, he saved Yisrael's life. Months later, when the camp was liberated, Fyodor wanted to take Yisrael back with him to Russia. But by then, Yisrael had found his brother. And together they told him, we came from a long line of rabbis. We need to go to Israel and continue our father's legacy. And just like that, they parted ways. Yisrael grew up. He built a new life in Israel. He became the famous Rabbi Yisrael Meir Lau, the chief rabbi of Israel. But he never forgot Fyodor. For decades, Rabbi Lau searched for him. He searched out the Soviet ambassadors, placed ads in newspapers, even met with communist officials. But with just a first name and a city, there was no trace of Fyodor. Then in 2008, a breakthrough. A professor researching Gestapo files came across an old investigation about a Soviet soldier in Buchenwald who had been caught taking care of a Jewish child. The Nazis had interrogated him, trying to figure out why. His name, Fyodor Mikhailichenko. But Rabbi Lau was too late. Fyodor had sadly already passed away. Still, his daughters were alive. So in 2012, Rabbi Lau traveled to Rostov. He met Fyodor's family. He visited his grave. He stood before the man who had saved him all those years ago and finally got to say, thank you. You know, this reminds me of something we read recently in the Torah. When Moshe was told to bring the plagues upon Egypt, he didn't strike the water. Aaron, his brother, did so instead. Why? Because as a baby, the Nile carried him to safety. If we owe gratitude even to water, how much more so to the people who shape our lives, to those who help us, whether in small ways or life-changing ones. The Torah teaches us the importance of hakarat tov, recognizing and appreciating the good in our lives, and more importantly, expressing it, because no kindness should ever go unacknowledged. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom from Rostov.